So my story began on a typical Sunday. I was with my friends hiking up a small mountain near my hometown in Norway. I was the first to reach the top, and as I looked out at the view, I slipped and fell. I hit my head on a rock as I fell and everything went black. The next thing I remember is opening my eyes and seeing a bright light. I felt weightless and at peace. Then, as suddenly as the light appeared, it was gone and I was falling into darkness. I felt like I was falling for hours, but it could have just been seconds. I eventually hit the ground with a thud and looked around. I was in a dark place lit only by a few torches. I could see people walking around in the distance, but they were too far away to make out any details. I started walking towards them, but no matter how far I walked, they always seemed to stay the same distance away. After a while, I started to hear screams. They were coming from all around me, and they sounded like they were in pain. I covered my ears, but the screams just got louder. I tried to run away from them, but no matter where I went, they followed. Eventually, I came to a clearing, and in the middle of it was a large lake of fire. People were floating in the lake, and their screams were the loudest of all. I watched in horror as they were consumed by the flames. I tried to turn away, but I couldn't. I was frozen in place, unable to look away from the suffering. The longer I watched, the more I felt myself sinking into the ground. Soon, it was up to my waist and the screams were coming from inside my head. I don't know how long I was in that place, but eventually I died. I don't know how I know that, but I just know. As soon as I died, the pain stopped and the darkness faded away. I found myself back in the light, and I felt someone's presence with me. I turned to see who it was, and I saw my grandmother. She had died a few years before, and I was surprised to see her there. She told me that I was in heaven now, and I felt a sense of peace wash over me. However, she also told me that I had to go back. I didn't want to, but she said I had to. She said that I had a purpose to fulfill and that I wasn't done yet. I asked her what that purpose was, but she just smiled and said I would know when the time came. Then, she gave me a push and I woke up. I was back on the mountain and my friends were gathered around me. They told me that I had been unconscious for 2 hours, but it felt like minutes to me. I don't know what happened to me during those 2 hours, but I do know that I will never forget it. I can't help but wonder if what I saw was really hell, or if it was just a glimpse of what's to come. Either way, I know that I don't want to go back there.